This is a remote control for a Bose sound dock type where you can plug in those old Apple type iPods or iPhones with the big connector. Series 1, and some people still have those out there and are losing their remotes. And I was able to sell this one for 20 bucks. This is a German Junghans gravity powered clock with the weights and chains and the pendulum. Really a unique face on this. I really like it. I've actually owned one of these before that was in great working condition, and it sold, well, this is a couple years ago, somewhere between $100 and $200. And this one's not working, and I had considered using or creating a clock out of it, you know, replacing the movement with a quartz one. But once I took it apart, I started doing a little more research on it and decided it would be best just to sell it as non-working. And it didn't take too long, sold for $90. This is the 45 RPM adapter for a stacking type Technics turntable. This is special for the Technics and a few JCPenney MCS stereo systems. Fits a number of their models, but very rare. This came with a turntable, a SL235 I bought years ago and sold, and this just been laying around. And I always meant to put it up for sale, but kind of got lost in the shuffle a few times. Finally put it up yesterday after doing a little research. The last one to sell, the only one to sell in the last year, sold for I believe $80. And so I decided to price this up there real high. Put it up at $110. It only took a few hours to sell. $110 for this piece. Saw this mailbox sitting on the driveway of a garage sale and saw gold right away. These funky looking mid-century styled mailboxes bring a lot of money, and I got this for $4, maybe even less if I remember right. I bundled it with some items and was able to sell it for $130. It's made by the Southern Fabricators manufacturing company. Kind of rough as far as the paint job, but I'm sure somebody has some great ideas for it. Again, this sold for $130. Another single cassette tape sold. This is the Maxell. It's just a 60-minute, but it is the high bias position 2 type tape. And I found this because I decided to go through a bunch of cassette tapes in these little cassette holder drawers. They were asking 25 cents each for the cassettes, and I went in, and near the back of one of the drawers were a number of these brand new Maxell cassettes, and this sold for $7. This is a Pioneer CD player. It's a carousel type, and actually they call it the CD file. It holds 101 CDs. I've bought and sold Pioneer and Sony branded units like this before. So when I saw this had an estate sale, I actually bought this last spring, but it just kind of sat around. I used it for a while. Finally got it put up for sale. I think it was just last week. And these will bring good money. It didn't come with the remote. I searched all over the estate sale home for the remote, couldn't find it. So I found one online. I had to pay $20 for it. So now I'm into this for about $30. I printed off a manual and always put in cables. I've got hundreds of sets of these cables, and it always looks good in your listing if you can add those. That way somebody can just know they'll get the unit and plug it right in. In any case, this up for just about a week, and it sold for $130. Remember when I was looking through all my remotes, I thought maybe I had found one that would work, this Pioneer remote, but no, this one doesn't work with this. And so I put it up for sale, and it sold right after this did to somebody else for $30. So I kind of got my $20 plus a 10 that I paid for this control unit. So these CD files, if you can find them in working condition, they usually are working, will bring some good money, $130. This is a new old stock wiring harness for a turntable. Includes the audio cables and the electrical cable. And originally this cost 90 cents, probably in the late 60s. And, I was able to sell this for $20. This is a bicycle helmet with the flag design on it. I'm very particular when it comes to buying bicycle helmets. They got to be very clean, no damage, of course, whatsoever, and not missing a lot of pads. This one's missing a couple of pads, but it's got good straps, and it's got to have something interesting as far as the design. And this is a fairly popular design, and so I bought this for $2. And it did take most of the summer to sell, but finally sold it for $30. A modern Maisto die-cast model of a Dodge Challenger. These don't bring a lot of money, but I was able to get $24 for this. Yes, 24 bucks. Sold a few items over Facebook Marketplace, including this sort of a very small console stereo. I found the unit without these satellite speakers. I got it for free, just had to go pick it up, and I did that probably late last winter, and just sat in the garage knowing I'd get to it at some point. And finally, I got around to servicing the turntable and the radio and the 8-track player, cleaned up the cabinet, found a couple of small speakers to go with it, even though the unit plays through its own speakers in the center. I put a $165 asking price on Facebook Marketplace, not thinking I was going to get that at all. But I finally got a call about 2 or 3 days after I listed it. They came over, an older couple. They had to drive over from Mitchell, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away. And they paid the $165 for it. No problem. And this early 60s, maybe even late 50s RCA console, record player, radio, I've had for quite some time. I picked it up a couple of years ago, and it kind of just sat in the garage waiting for me to get to it, and finally did that. Did my regular servicing work on it. And again, just a few days after listing it on Facebook Marketplace, had some people come over, and after they tested it out, and I explained a lot of things that I did to it, I guess gave them the confidence to buy it, and they paid $200 for it. And before they left, she asked if I still had the stereo stand available. And I did. This is it. I picked this up for free off Facebook Marketplace about 4 years ago. And I've used it several times, mostly just to, display stereos when I'm selling them, taking pictures. But she asked if she could have that for $25 as long as she's buying the console for $200, and I said okay. So that deal worked out real nice. $225 for the console and this stand. First accumulation of snow this year. Today is Friday, October 23rd.